Imagine this. You're Chris Voss staring down a bank robber in the heart of New York City. He's got hostages, a hair trigger, and nothing to lose. Your job, talk him down. Not with threats, not with demands, but with empathy. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what Voss did time and again as the FBI's lead international hostage negotiator. And the techniques he used to save lives can revolutionize how you negotiate everything, from your salary to your next car. How did Voss get hardened criminals to trust him? That's the open loop we'll explore in this summary of Never Split the Difference *. Negotiations feel like verbal chess matches, right? Each side trying to outsmart the other. But Voss argues the best way to win isn't by dominating but by connecting. And it starts with a simple, almost sneaky technique. It's called mirroring, and it's far more powerful than it sounds. Picture this. Voss is on the phone with a kidnapper in the Philippines, desperate to secure the release of an American businessman. The kidnapper is agitated, rambling about injustice. Voss calmly repeats, "Injustice." The kidnapper pauses, then starts explaining his grievances, feeling truly heard *. See how that works? Think of mirroring like throwing a ball back to someone. They naturally want to catch it and throw it back again. With mirroring, you're subtly encouraging the other person to elaborate, to reveal more information, to feel understood. It's psychological judo, using their energy to your advantage. The magic of mirroring is that it bypasses the logical brain and taps into the emotional one. When you mirror someone, they feel understood. That understanding builds trust. And trust, that's the foundation for any successful negotiation. You'll be shocked at how effectively this works. Try it tonight at dinner. Emotions run high in negotiations. Fear, anger, frustration. They can derail even the best-laid plans. Voss has a trick for neutralizing these emotional landmines before they explode. It's called labeling, and it's like diffusing a bomb with words. Imagine you're buying a car. The salesman seems annoyed, crossing his arms, sighing heavily. Instead of ignoring it, you say, "It seems like you're frustrated with my offers." Suddenly, the tension deflates. He explains the dealership's constraints, and you're both on the same side of the table. Think of labeling like putting a name on a monster under the bed. Once you identify it, it loses its power. By acknowledging the other person's emotions, you're showing them you see them, you understand them. And that understanding creates space for rational dialogue. The beauty of labeling is that it doesn't commit you to anything. You're not saying they're right to feel that way. You're simply acknowledging their feelings. This subtle difference can be game-changing, transforming a tense standoff into a collaborative problem-solving session. Most people avoid saying no like the plague, fearing it will kill the deal. But Voss argues that no can actually be your most powerful tool. It's not about being difficult, it's about creating clarity and control. Voss recalls a negotiation with a desperate father trying to free his kidnapped daughter. The father kept agreeing to the kidnapper's demands, hoping to appease them. Voss advised him to say no to a specific, unreasonable demand. This forced the kidnappers to justify their position, opening the door for a more productive conversation. Think of no as a shield. It protects you from being pressured into a bad deal. It gives you time to think, to evaluate, to consider your options. It's a way of saying, "I'm not going to be rushed, I'm not going to be bullied." Here's the surprising twist. Saying no actually makes the other person feel in control. It gives them a sense of agency, of being heard. And when people feel in control, they're more likely to be reasonable and cooperative. It's counterintuitive, but it works. Perception is everything in negotiation, and Voss reveals how to subtly shape the other person's perception of value. It's about setting the stage, framing the discussion, and influencing their expectations * before you even get to the bargaining table. It's called anchoring. Imagine you're selling your house. Instead of listing it at market value, you list it ridiculously high, knowing it will attract attention. Even if you eventually lower the price, potential buyers will still perceive it as a deal because they're anchored to that initial inflated number. Think of anchoring like setting the boundaries of a playing field. By establishing extreme high and low points, you define the range of acceptable outcomes. This influences the other person's perception of what's possible, making them more likely to settle within that range. Here's a critical mistake. Never be the first to offer a number. Let the other person reveal their hand first. This gives you valuable information about their expectations and allows you to anchor your subsequent offers accordingly. It's like playing poker. You want to see their cards before you bet. Compromise seems like the hallmark of a good negotiation, right? Both sides giving a little to reach a mutually agreeable solution. Voss flips this conventional wisdom on its head. He argues that compromise is often the worst possible outcome.
During a tense hostage situation, Voss asked the kidnappers, "How am I supposed to get you what you want if you won't tell me where the hostages are?" This question forced them to confront the logistical challenges of their demands and ultimately led to the hostages' release. It's not manipulation, it's problem solving. Closed-ended questions, yes-no, shut down the conversation. Calibrated questions, on the other hand, invite the other party to elaborate and offer solutions. They start with what, how, why, or who. It's about guiding the conversation, not controlling it. Calibrated questions shift the burden of problem-solving onto the other party. It's no longer your responsibility to come up with all the answers. Instead, you're empowering them to find solutions that work for everyone. This is how you create a win-win situation and a lasting peace.
So let's close the loop. Remember Chris Voss facing down that bank robber. He didn't rely on threats or demands. He used mirroring, labeling, and strategic no's to build trust and find creative solutions. You can use these same techniques in your everyday life. Forget splitting the difference, aim for win-win. Try this. Next time you're in a negotiation, start by mirroring the other person's last few words. Watch how quickly the dynamic shifts. You might be surprised at the results. Now get out there and negotiate like your life depends on it.
Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.